All wrongy. A couple of weekends ago, I competed along with a few of my crew at the ASA. What would the comp be called? The ASA, which stands for the Australian Strongman Alliance. It was the Victorian qualifier for their national event, which is in July, maybe. I don't even know what month it is now. So this was the Victorian qualifier for nationals. I'm going to share some of my footage from the comp just to put it out there on YouTube so that when people search for strongman or lightweight strongman or something like that, that some stuff actually pops up. It was a good comp, 4 events, a couple of different events. I weighed in 86.5 for it, so I competed under 90 kilos. The week before I competed at Static Monsters up at the Gold Coast and weighed in at 87.5, so I dropped a kilo that week just due to not being at home. So ate a little bit less, walked a lot more along the beach and things like that, but anyway, here we go. First event was the Farmers Carry, so I was able to train a little bit for this comp as well as Static Monsters, and I did Farmers, I think maybe four times for this prep on the weekends. So it was 97 kilos per hand, 10 meters up, 10 meters back, with a turn, which was really interesting, so I took it a little bit slower on the way up. I might pause that to talk about it a bit. I went a little bit slower on the way up. Let's replay it. You know what? I can do whatever I want. Something that I learnt through practice, that if I went up too fast, I'd swing out of control, as what happens to Cam next to me, who took the turn pretty well. He ended up doing a full, if you watch him instead of me, he does a full spin, and I got 4th place out of 8. So I opted to finish fast rather than start fast on that event. Second event was the overhead event, log press. You just had to do 1 rep with 97 kilos. That was just to get a qualifying point for people that were interested in qualifying for nationals. And then it was an AMRAP in the remaining time of, I think it was a 55 kilo keg, maybe it was 60. I do not know what that keg weighed. It was pretty light, but it feels heavy after about that many seconds and that many reps. So I got 3rd place in this event. I'm not sure how many, it was 18 or 19 reps that I did. I think the winners got 20, 21, 22, something like that. I'm just holding it a little bit too long at the top, waiting for the down call. So the other 2 guys got to kind of locked it out and then went down straight away. And I saw him do that and thought I should do that. And then I still just held it at the top there waiting for that down call every time. So live and learn with that one, that maybe got to go faster and I don't know, you still lock it out but not really waiting for that call. Anyway, 3rd place in that event. Event 3 was a max deadlift on, it wasn't a Texas bar, an Ohio bar? I don't know what type of bar it was. It was a deadlift bar. It was new to the gym that we were at, and a lot of people I know were, especially me, we're here for this event. This was the main reason for competing. I had my eyes set on a deadlift PB. My previous best was done 12 months ago. It was 282.5 kilos, and I haven't tried to beat that since. So I opened up on 270 kilos, which I thought was risky, but you'll see it moves quite well. Happy with that one. After watching the video, which is something I wouldn't normally do, I opted for 290 kilos, which would be a PB. That went up well. Bit of a grind, bit of a shake, smooth rep though, really happy with that one. That was a PB, didn't really get time to celebrate, or didn't want to celebrate, because I had my eyes set on something much bigger, which was my first 300 kilo deadlift.
Come on! You got it, come on! This is it! Come on, come on! Ah! Yeah! Pull it back! Oh. Come on, you can do it, you can... No, are you alright?
Damn! I see me grabbing my face there, I could taste some blood, and I used to get blood noses really easy, so I thought I had a blood nose. But I think I was just clenching my teeth and bleeding from my gums or something like that. It wasn't an issue. It went away straight away. It was only just a little bit of blood. I was really disappointed. I was pretty disappointed to miss 300 kilos. It's such a milestone lift. But I kind of like that I went for it. It was really close, like it's there. But I have to earn it. I have to do something else in my training now over the next few weeks to earn that 300. And I know I'm going to get it one day. And it's just kind of building it up. So although I'm disappointed I didn't get it that day, I still got a 7.5 kilo PB, and I just competed 7 days prior at Static Monsters, so hit a PB axle deadlift that day. So things were all out of whack for my training and deloading and stuff like that. I think I forgot to write in there, I came 1st place for the deadlift event. So I was winning going into the last event, which is the Hercules hold. a new event. I don't think anyone that was at this competition had done this before. So I didn't know what time, I went last in this, but I didn't know what time I needed to secure first place. So I wish that I went first instead of last, because I was extremely tired and I was a bit nervous. I didn't think that I really cared about winning too much at this competition, but when you're in front going into the last event, you can't help but want to win. Kind of feels like I got one hand on that trophy and someone else grabbed my other hand and trying to rip it out. So it's a pretty cool event. What the guys at the side there are looking for is if the little, the part of the axle there at the bottom there is touching the rubber. I don't know what these parts are called. They're just looking to see if that's touching the thing. And if it's resting on that, then that's the end of your turn. So I was relying on the people in front of me to kind of tell me, you know, move a little bit to the left, move a little bit to the right, because as it's stretching me out, it becomes closer to the thing it's not allowed to touch. So I think at the end here, I'm really shaken, teeth are out. I could have kept going, and I get called off. They say no. I might have had an extra couple of seconds. And I only needed, what was it, 0.8 of a second more, and I would have won the competition outright. Instead, I believe I came 4th place in that event, which was enough for equal first, with Rhett Dadswell, who's on the podium with me there. We tied for first, even on count, same amount of points. We had the same. We both won an event. We both had 2 fourths and a third. So it was a proper tie. And then just some photos here from the day. Alira also won her category in the under 72s. Mari was there to watch. Mel competed as well. She finished 4th in her category. Beck and Corey competed against each other. Beck came 1st in the under 62s. Corey came equal 2nd in the under 62s. And there's the gang there. Jace also competed in the under 105s. And he came 3rd out of 3 people, which I still think he's 3rd. It's not last. He PB'd his deadlift, he PB'd his farmers. I think he came 2nd on one event and 3rd or last, however you want to look at it, on the other events. Liana finished 4th in the under 82s. So we ended up going home with some silverware. Liana deadlifted 190, Mel deadlifted 170. Jace PB 230, Alira deadlifted 165, which is only 5 kilos off her PB. It was just a really good day down at Ballarat, thanks to Kay. We'll be going up there again for the Battle of Ballarat, which is in November. This is my favourite little thing from the day. My boy Jace getting ready for his PB deadlift, and his competitor Jonas, who is Victoria's strongest man under 105, giving him some smelling salts, giving him a tap on the butt, yelling at him a bit. I just thought that was really cool, even though they're competing against each other. He's still helping out. Jonas is a great guy, as were a lot of people there, but I just really like this photo. All right, thanks for watching.